Well, we're all supposed to say before I begin, and then do something that's before you begin. So Sarah did that. So before I begin, you know Nigel Farage, he resigned as leader of UKIP today, and look, you can have some sympathy because when you're a bigot and you spend all your time arguing with reasonable people, they will never believe a thing that you say, and it's so tiring. He must be exhausted. So I'm Jeremy Kahn. This is me beginning, by the way. I'm Jeremy Kahn. You're probably wondering what I'm doing here. I'm 61 years old, I've got grey hair, I've got a bit of a belly. The thing is, we're a bit short of furniture at home, so I'm having to study stand-up. So we've been in this course, and we've been learning how to do comedy, and the way it works is every week you present a set, and then whatever's funny you keep, and everything else you delete. And then what's left at the end of the 9 weeks will be presented tonight in our set. So I've been Jeremy Kahn, and thank you very much. Actually, no, really, what happened was everything that was left turned out to be, almost everything, turned out to be about dogs. I don't know why it turned out to be about dogs, but it just did, and Chris was kind of saying, well, there's quite a lot of stuff about dogs in your set. Well, sorry, Chris, but you said it had to be funny, and only the dog bit was anyway. So why do people have dogs? Anybody know? I'll tell you, because when you have a dog, you get unconditional love. You get companionship. And wherever you go, you get to carry a bag of excrement. That's a lot funnier than it was in rehearsal. You know, these guys are bastards. Every time you tell them a joke, they sort of look at it. Is that funny? Is that probably, was that set up right? Is it logical? Well, that one was funny, guys. Yeah, so I would have a dog myself if they would invent a dog that doesn't shit, a dog that doesn't piss, and a dog that doesn't have fur, just skin like a human. I mean, is that too much to ask? You know. So my grandfather actually he had a dog, and this dog, when he got old, he didn't have any fur. He just had skin. He was all pink. He looked naked. I kept on having to resist the urge to put underpants on this dog. But that dog, you know, before he got old, he was quite amazing. He even got my grandfather out of jail. He was a Springer Spaniel. Yeah, well done, you got that. Yeah, now, my grandfather, he had a load of first editions of the Discworld books, and in his will he specified that they should be interred with him. We had a big argument about it, but in the end I agreed that we should bury the Pratchett. Come on, you at the back, bury the Pratchett, it's funny, come on. Right, dogs, you know how dogs, when they come out of the water, they get up near you and they go and sort of shake themselves off all over you. They have this special, kind of like the arse and the front bit moves separately. There's some special coordination to get you wet. And this morning I was walking down by the river, this dog does this to me, and the owner says to the dog, I told you not to do that near people. And he looks at me and says, they never listen. It's a fucking dog! It doesn't speak English! Yeah, and on the way back... Sorry, can you stop laughing, because I need to tell my jokes. No, really, stop laughing. I've only got 5 minutes. And on the way back, there was this... Especially you guys! And on the way back, there was this van marked Dial a Dog Wash. And today, the special offer was free dog cologne. Dog cologne? Has anyone ever heard of dog cologne? No, the room is silent, you see. I've never heard of it. Do they put it behind their ears? So I Googled it. And the only thing I could find was a French brand of perfume for female dogs called Chien L. Numero 5. That's a French joke for you. And my grandmother had a dog that created crosswords for a communist newspaper. She was a red setter. Someone at the back got it anyway. And she called me to say that she found a load of gunk in her dishwasher filter. My grandmother, that is, not the dog. And I said, was it a Mila? And she said it wasn't one that she'd like to eat. as a middle class joke. There's obviously a lot of people who aren't quite middle class here. Miele is kind of dishwasher. Yeah. And right now at this point, I was going to do some product placement for a brand of champagne. But Chris, he's our teacher, he said no adverts are allowed, so mum's the word. Now, my grandmother belonged to a synagogue, and the rabbi had written this book, and the book was called I'm Jewish, but my partner isn't. And this was quite a success. So he wrote a follow-up called I'm Not Jewish, but my partner is. Right, and this hit the bestseller list. But the biggest hit of all was neither of us are Jewish, but can you help us anyway? Right, have you noticed there's been a lot of football recently? Anybody noticed that? There's quite a lot of football.
Yeah.
And I realised that football is theatre because you've got drama, like the penalty kicks between Italy and Germany. You've got bathos, like England losing to Iceland. And you've got tragedy, like when Wayne Rooney wears a suit. Although afterwards I thought maybe pornography is the better sort of simile, because when the ball penetrates the opposition's defences and enters the goal, thousands of spectators simultaneously explode in ecstasy. I'm going to watch some football now. See you later.